The movie begins deep in the forest, where a young boy named Henry travels with his father to a quiet vacation house, unaware that death is already following them. Along the road, Henry senses something is wrong, spotting a mysterious figure watching them from a distance. That night, his father suddenly panics, realizing his past has caught up with him. He orders Henry to hide and never come out, no matter what he hears. With a gun in hand, the father opens the door, only to find himself surrounded by armed criminals led by a ruthless man named Mojo, an old enemy seeking revenge. Mojo reveals his twisted sense of justice by handing Henry's father 2 dice, offering him a cruel game of chance. If the roll is higher than 10, he lives. Fate betrays him as the dice land on a miserable 2. Henry rushes out at the last moment, distracting Mojo long enough for his father to push him away and force him to escape through a window. Moments later, Henry watches helplessly as Mojo executes his father in cold blood and burns the house to the ground. That night, surrounded by fire and screams, Henry's childhood dies with his father, and a single promise is carved into his soul: revenge. 20 years pass, and that broken boy becomes a hardened man, known in the underground as Snake Eyes. He survives by fighting in brutal, illegal arenas, where pain is currency and mercy doesn't exist. One night, he faces a massive opponent wielding a giant hammer, a man who demolishes everything in his path. Snake Eyes doesn't overpower him with strength, but with speed, intelligence, and relentless precision, dodging every blow and trapping his enemy with chains until he collapses. His victory draws attention, and from the shadows steps Kenta, a powerful Yakuza boss who knows Snake Eyes far better than he should. Kenta offers Snake Eyes a job, but Snake Eyes refuses, claiming he wants nothing to do with criminals. That confidence shatters when Kenta calmly reveals the truth about Snake Eyes' past and promises to lead him to his father's killer. With revenge dangling in front of him once again, Snake Eyes accepts. The next day, he arrives at the docks and meets Tommy, a calm and honorable man who introduces him to the operation. Beneath the surface, weapons are being smuggled in fish crates, and before Snake Eyes can question it, chaos erupts. Tommy is suddenly ambushed and beaten nearly to death. Kenta appears, revealing that Tommy is his nephew and accusing him of betrayal. To test Snake Eyes' loyalty, Kenta places a gun in his hand and orders him to execute Tommy. Snake Eyes freezes, unable to pull the trigger. Instead, he turns the gun on Kenta's men, igniting a savage fight. Snake Eyes and Tommy battle side by side, fighting through waves of enemies with fists, blades, and sheer desperation until Kenta attempts to crush them with his car. The escape fails as the doors lock shut and the Yakuza surround them. Tommy grabs a katana and reveals himself as a master swordsman, while Snake Eyes fights with a small blade, proving that precision beats numbers. Together, they carve a path through the gang, but Kenta's skill overwhelms them. Just as everything seems lost, police sirens erupt, and Snake Eyes collapses from his wounds. When he wakes, he's on a plane, rescued by Tommy, who reveals Kenta murdered his own father to seize control of the Yakuza. Tommy takes Snake Eyes to Japan, to the hidden home of the ancient Arashikage ninja clan. There, Snake Eyes meets Kiko and the clan's leader, the formidable Grandma Sen. Though suspicious of him, she allows Snake Eyes to stay on one condition: he must pass 3 legendary trials. Failure means death. Snake Eyes agrees, knowing this clan may be his only path to vengeance. And before we go deeper, don't forget to subscribe to Great Animation Recaps, because it helps us grow together and bring you more epic fantasy and action stories just like this. The first trial is deceptively simple. The Iron Master challenges Snake Eyes to take a bowl of water without spilling a drop. No weapons, no brute force. Snake Eyes attacks repeatedly and fails every time. Realizing strength won't win, he humbles himself and politely asks for the bowl instead. The Iron Master smiles, recognizing his character, and grants him victory. Though the clan praises him, Kiko remains wary, watching his every move. That same night, Snake Eyes betrays their trust, stealing a motorcycle and secretly meeting Kenta. It's revealed that Snake Eyes has been playing both sides, pretending to save Tommy to infiltrate the clan. When guilt begins to creep in, Kenta silences it by showing the same dice used the night his father died. Revenge wins again. Meanwhile, Tommy, fully trusting Snake Eyes, gifts him his late father's sword, deepening the betrayal Snake Eyes knows he's committing. Suspicion grows when Kiko confronts Snake Eyes and challenges him to a duel. Her mastery with a spear overwhelms him, and he barely survives. Before the fight can finish, Tommy interrupts with news that Kenta is making an illegal arms deal. The clan strikes from the shadows, dismantling Kenta's operation with ruthless efficiency. Snake Eyes sneaks deeper and discovers the truth. Kenta is supplying weapons to the deadly Cobra organization, led by the dangerous Baroness. When Snake Eyes refuses to work with Cobra, the Baroness shows him video proof that his father's killer is in her custody. If he helps her, she'll give him the man he's hunted for decades. Forced into obedience, Snake Eyes agrees. Shortly after, the Blind Master begins the second trial, sending Snake Eyes into the forest to follow a glowing insect. Hallucinogenic smoke engulfs him, dragging him back into the memory of his father's murder, breaking him mentally before he regains control and completes the trial. The final trial is a descent into terror. Snake Eyes is thrown into a pit with massive anacondas that only spare those loyal to the clan. Because his heart is stained by betrayal, the snakes attack him violently. He barely survives thanks to Kiko's intervention. Grandma Sen is furious, sensing his dishonesty, but spares him. Snake Eyes apologizes to Tommy and proposes a blood brother bond, secretly stealing Tommy's blood sample in the process. Wearing full ninja armor, Snake Eyes disables the clan's security and sneaks into the vault containing the Firestone, a powerful artifact capable of burning anything in its path. Using Tommy's blood, he opens the vault and steals the stone, but Kiko catches him. This time, Snake Eyes adapts, exploiting her fighting style and escaping at lightning speed. Handing the Firestone to Kenta, Snake Eyes finally reaches the man who murdered his father and executes him without hesitation, fulfilling his lifelong promise. But the story doesn't end there. Tommy and Kiko chase Snake Eyes down, determined to stop him. Before they can, Cobra and Kenta launch a full-scale assault on the Arashikage compound using the Firestone. The Blind Master and Iron Master fight desperately to protect the clan, while Scarlet joins the battle. Chaos consumes everything as betrayal, loyalty, and vengeance collide in one brutal night. Snake Eyes confronts Tommy, who is ready to kill him. Snake Eyes admits his mistakes and convinces Tommy that Kenta must be stopped first or everyone dies. As the battle rages, Kenta betrays Cobra and claims the Firestone for himself, turning its power against the clan. Just as he prepares to kill Grandma Sen, Snake Eyes, Tommy, and Kiko arrive to stop him. The clan unites, overwhelming Kenta's forces. Smoke fills the battlefield as Grandma Sen creates an opening, allowing Tommy to steal the Firestone. Kenta escapes into the forest, and Snake Eyes follows alone. If you were in Snake Eyes' place, after everything he's done and lost, would you walk away or chase Kenta to the end? Tell me in the comments. In the forest, Snake Eyes battles Kenta in a final duel, but Kenta's skill matches his own. Pretending to be weak, Snake Eyes lures him back to the snake pit. Using chains and sheer will, he drags Kenta inside, where the anacondas devour him alive. This time, the snakes spare Snake Eyes, recognizing his loyalty has finally shifted. With the Firestone returned, Grandma Sen strips Tommy of his right to lead the clan for trusting a traitor. Furious and broken, Tommy swears vengeance on Snake Eyes before walking away. Snake Eyes leaves Japan, believing his story is over, but fate has other plans waiting. At the airport, Kiko gives Snake Eyes a new shield and delivers an offer from Scarlet to join a covert special operations unit. Snake Eyes accepts, stepping into a new identity, no longer just a man driven by revenge, but a weapon shaped by pain, betrayal, and survival, ready for the battles ahead. If you enjoyed this intense and cinematic recap, smash the like button, subscribe to Great Animation Recaps, turn on the notification bell so you never miss another epic story, drop your thoughts in the comments, and keep watching for more powerful movie recaps coming your way.